What's up, course heroes? Welcome to yet another video. I'm your boy Amit, and today we are diving into new Zenler again for 2022. Let's get started. So I'm in my new Zenler school, and we're going to do a quick walkthrough. I'm going to update you on some of the features that stand out in new Zenler, but I'm also going to refresh your memory for 2022 in what is new in new Zenler. Maybe this is your first time watching this video, so let's begin. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you get notified every time I release a new video. This is your new Zenler course dashboard. This is where the magic happens. Now from here, what we're going to do is dive into courses. So actually, let's go to my other school. With new Zenler, you do get 3 separate schools for the price of one. And depending on when you're watching this video, that price might have gone up. But when I am recording this, the price is $647 a year for 3 separate schools. So you can run 3 completely different online courses, 3 completely different branded URLs, and still pay the price for one. So that being said, all your courses live under the courses tab. This is the dashboard that kind of shows you your daily stats, number of students enrolled, number of sales, etc. This is one of my second schools. This is not my primary school, which has some sales and has better numbers, but this is my demo school here. So you can see the number of visitors, you can see the past recent orders, what those orders were for, who placed those orders, and then on the right side is like what new Zenler calls a live stream, which shows you recent activity. And then over here under courses, you can create your courses, you can create bundles, you can add categories. All of this stuff on the left is what you can do under the courses tab. Marketing funnels, as the name suggests, is going to allow you to create different marketing funnels. The 2 different funnels you can create is a lead magnet funnel or a video series funnel. The key difference is the lead magnet funnel is a traditional marketing funnel that we are all used to, where a visitor comes, they provide you with their email, and in return you give them something free, which is either on the thank you page or you can email it to them using new Zenler's built-in email marketing features. A video series funnel allows you to deliver a series of videos up to 10, so up to a 10-day funnel, and at the end of that funnel you can promote a offer, or you can send them an upsell, whatever you want to do. So all of that happens under these 2 funnels. The next is email broadcasts. Here you can create one-time email broadcasts that can go out to your email list. You can also set up automated email sends under courses and under marketing funnels. I'm going to show you that in a second how to do that. But under email broadcasts, you can essentially create a one-time blast. Think of this as a campaign. If you're used to MailerLite or MailChimp, that you can simply send a campaign to all your subscribers. And then communities allows you to create as many communities as you want. That community can be connected to a course or not connected to a course. So let me show you one real quick here. Let's say I want to add a new community. I can click on add community. You can upload an icon for that community. So if you'll see here, a couple of my communities have icons. I can go and create one. You can also add a cover photo, and when you hover over here, you will see the dimensions. Give that community a name, some description, and here's the beauty. You can either have this site-wide, that means anyone who registers for your new Zenler site as a lead, as a student, can have access to this community. So imagine that you create a lead magnet funnel. At the end of that funnel, you can invite people to that community because now they are part of your new Zenler site. Or you can connect it to a specific course, and not just a specific course, you can also connect it to a specific pricing plan within that course, which is super cool. So let's say I want to connect it to this specific course here, but only to those who pay that monthly subscription. I can do that, and then I simply click on the add button here, and once you hit the add button, that community gets created. Now you can publish this community, and when you publish this community, it is available to anyone who is part of that course to join this community, which is pretty cool. And now with the new Zenler app that has been launched, I'm going to show you that app in a few minutes. This is very powerful because you have everything under that one roof. And then a few other things here under site. You can look at branding. Branding defines your site colors, your site logo, your site font pairing. So Zenler gives you out of the box font pairings, but you can also pick your own font pairing here, and this has access to, I believe, Google font set. So you can pick pretty much any custom pairing that you can think of, and that pairing is for the heading font and the body font. Zenler right now, as of recording this video, does not have the ability to upload custom fonts. Hopefully that will be coming soon. You can also choose the font family for your course player if you don't want it similar to your pages. And then down here you can have colors for your header, footer, body, also your curriculum player colors, your community colors, and then your blog color. So that's pretty cool. On the site settings here, a few details to note. You can have your site URL. If you are using custom domain, you can go and set that up right here for your custom domain. So right now I have this as a subdomain, but you can have this as a main domain if you like. If you're in Europe, you can enable GDPR, and then you can hover over these help text to show you what these different settings mean. You can allow your students to enable downloading invoices, which was a really great upgrade, because before this I was going into Stripe, going into PayPal, downloading that invoice, sending it to my students. Now you can do it all right here in Zenler. Next, under notification status, you can enable welcome emails. So whenever someone enrolls into a course, they automatically get a welcome email. I have disabled that because I usually do that under automation, so I don't want to mess with it under the notification status here. Global includes is where you would put all your custom scripts, whether that's Google Analytics, Facebook Pixel, any pixels you want, you can put them in here. Custom CSS, all of that goes here. Time zone is essentially your specific time zone, and sitemap is for Google, for the bots to come and crawl your site so they can understand your site schema, your site structure, and whenever you add a new blog, you can click on this recreate sitemap so that new blog post gets recognized. Next, let's move on to homepage. This is where you would decide what should your logged in visitors see versus your logged out visitors, because you might want to show your students a different homepage than your visitors who are not yet students. Pages is where you would go to create brand new pages for your Zenler school. Blog, as the name suggests, allow you to blog in Zenler. I'm going to show you that in a few minutes. Next is language. Here you can essentially set your site language. So if you're not using English, you can go and change that. Or even if you're using English, you don't want to call your community, you can go and simply change that name here. And there is a find button here. So if you don't know exactly where that language lies, let's say you want to change the course player, you can go hit search, and then it'll show you everywhere the word course is used, and you can update that to call it whatever you want. Now, one other thing that is hidden under language is system emails and pricing. So if you want to enable custom pricing language, you can check this box, and then also if you want to change some of the welcome emails, you can click on this welcome email and change it right here under language. I don't know why this hides under the language section, but it is what it is. Coupons allows you to create coupons. Taxes will let you enable EU VAT tax, value added tax, and then you can choose any of these options. Now there are a few key things that I want to show you. So let's dive into that. The first one is assignments, which was really cool. So if I go to my courses, I can use the assignment lesson type. And I believe I already have that right here. How this works is you head on over to your course, head on over to curriculum, and here you can see I have this testing the assignment feature. I can show you by previewing this as a student what this assignment looks like. So if I click on the assignment feature, if there's a reference file, I'll be able to download that. So this is a reference file for your students. And then your students can simply type something here. They can upload their assignment and then submit their assignment. So if I upload this, let's just upload the screenshot, and then I can say submit assignment. Now, because I'm in preview mode, of course, I will not be able to submit this assignment, but your students will be able to do that. And once they do, you will receive a notification that an assignment has been submitted. You can then either approve it or reject it, or ask your student to essentially resubmit it. But let's go ahead and create a new assignment so you know how this works. I'm going to create a new lesson, and then from the lesson types here, you're simply going to pick assignment, give it a title, you can add a description, and then you can decide whether this is going to be a text input or a file upload, or both of them, or either of them. So if I go with a file upload, you can do a maximum of, alright, so max file size allowed is 500 MB, so we'll stick to that. Reference materials, if you want to provide your students with a reference material that they can use before they submit the assignment, you can do that here. And finally, if you check this box, that means your students will not be able to continue to the next lesson before you approve the assignment. So you have to approve the assignment in order to allow your students to continue to that next lesson. Just keep that in mind. Once I do this, you have to add your description and then hit add. Now this new assignment has been added, and let's take a look at this in preview mode. You can see this does not have a text input box, but this earlier one, we did have a text input box. So just to show you that difference in what it looks like with and without the text input box, here all they have to do is upload the assignment and then they can hit submit. And once they hit submit, that assignment will come to you or whoever that course instructor is, and they'll be able to approve or reject it. So that is the assignment feature. Next, I want to show you how to run paid webinars in Zenler, which is amazing. So for that, we're going to head on over to our live section here. Here you can choose a live class, a live webinar, live interactive webinars, or live stream. The difference, the live class is essentially for anyone who is enrolled into a course. Live webinars are what we are all used to, is simple live webinars where you are presenting your screen and all your attendees are listen only. Interactive webinars, they will be able to talk, they'll be able to unmute, they'll be able to turn their cameras on. And live stream, of course, you can stream it to Facebook and YouTube Live. So for our demo purposes, I have already created a live interactive webinar. So this is the one right here. How to charge for webinars. I'm going to edit it. So I've picked a date and time. I'm going to pick the number of attendees. The maximum you can do on the Pro plan is 300. So if I go over that number and try to save it, I'm going to get an error. And then the maximum number of minutes you can do is 4 hours. So I can hit that. The webinar has been updated. Now what I can do is go into pricing and set a price plan for this webinar. So let me quickly fill this out. Okay, I have filled in all the details. Zenler, as of this recording, only allows a one-time payment plan. For webinars, you cannot have recurring payments for recurring webinars, or you also cannot have split payments. It has to be a one-time payment. So I've added my payment plan, I've added the name, description, etc. Once you have added that, I can go into my pages here and preview my registration page. And here, when your attendees click on register, they're going to be brought to the buy now page. Now, since I am already logged in, I won't be able to see that checkout card. So let's copy this and open in incognito. And all these pages are customizable, but this is what it's going to look like. Your checkout page, you'll see the credit card details. I'm integrated with PayPal, so my attendees can use PayPal to purchase the webinar. And then if I go here, I can go into pages and edit any of these pages, including the checkout page. Now this checkout page shows up automatically once you create a pricing plan, which is awesome. Thank you so much, Zenler team, for adding paid webinars. So now we can charge for our webinars. Next thing I want to show you is live class. So if we go back into live, and all these live webinar, live class functionality is only available on the Pro plan. If you want to check out the Pro plan, I'll put a link in the description. You also get some cool bonuses if you end up upgrading through my affiliate link. That being said, let's go into looking at what a live class looks like. So I'm going to create a live class. Now when you're creating a live class, few things to keep in mind. You can make this live class a secret, which means, as Zenler has said here, it will not be visible in your upcoming live classes block. So once you have edited your live class, make sure you add your number of attendees. Max is 300. Pick your number of minutes. So let's just say it's going to be 2 hours long. You can also update the thumbnail. I'm going to click next, and then you can choose a theme. So let's just pick this theme here and say finish. This live class is available for your students to view and to register. But here's the cool thing. I can go back into my live class details, and let's say I do this weekly. Let's say I do every week, same day, same time. Or let's just say I do it every third Thursday of the month. I don't even do it the same day and same time. What I can do is I can say that I want this to happen weekly, and I want this to happen every Thursday, and I want it to end after 30 occurrences. That is the max you can do. So let's just pick 30. I think I did, and update. Now here is the cool thing. Once you have created those occurrences, you can go into each and every one of these occurrences and update them. So I'm going to refresh this page to show you how that works. Now you can see I have view occurrences button here. I can click on them, and you can see this is happening every Thursday. But let's just say I don't want it to happen on this specific Thursday. I can just delete it. Now instead of 30, there are 29 occurrences. And let's say this one, I don't want it on a Thursday, I want it on a Friday. I can update that. Not only that, you can update times for a specific one. So let's say this one, I want it on Wednesday at 12:30 instead of 11:30, and I want it only for an hour. I can make that granular change to those occurrences, but for your students, all they're going to see is a block to book the webinar or book the live class. So I'm going to show you how to now add this as a lesson within your course for your students. So let's head on over to our dummy course here. And what I'm going to do here is add a new lesson. So I've added it as a lesson. I have given it a name. The next thing I need to do is pick this live class option. So I'm going to pick that. I'm going to choose which live class, and Zenler can already see I only have 2 live classes here. So it's going to give me that option, or I can create a brand new one. So I'm going to hit done. And that's it. Now for your students, what they're going to see is they're not going to see each and every occurrence. They are simply going to see the next available spot, which in this case happens to be in 142 days. So I'm going to click on book my spot. And because I'm logged in as a student, I really don't need to do anything. My spot is booked. All I had to do is click that button. So when the time is right, this is going to redirect me to the waiting page where I can go and wait for the live class to begin, and then start attending that live class. And all these live classes are happening through Zoom. So all your students most likely already have Zoom installed on their computer, and they won't have to do anything else. Amazing feature. Let's move on to the next one. So far we have covered live classes, assignments, and paid webinars. The next one is blogging. Let's check out how blogging works in Zenler. For blogging, I'm going to go into my second school because I already have enabled blogging here. So I can first show you what a blog looks like to your visitors. So here is a demo blog that I created. Let's just go ahead and preview this. And you can see this is standard out of the box blog. I have added a button here. I have also added a commenting plugin here. So you can embed external plugins that can be used for commenting on your blogs. But if this is your first time using blogs, what you're going to do is go to site, blog, and you will see an enable blog functionality. So you'll press that button to enable that blog. And once you do, you'll be able to create a new blog post. Before we get into that, some quick settings here. You're going to be able to give your blog a title and a blog description, and then you can also edit your blog homepage and your blog post page. So if I click on editing the blog home page, this would be the main page that your visitors see when they visit your blog hosted on New Zenler. So let's quickly look at what are some of the things you can edit on this home page. So this is your blog landing page. You can edit this blog title, but the blog title is going to be edited here and is pulled dynamically. You can edit the background image here. Simply go into the settings, go into the style here and change the background image. And then here we are pulling in the blog dynamic block. And to do that, you can simply go into add new block, search for blogs, and then you have your blog detail block, your blog post blog, and then this dynamic block that I currently have. On the dynamic block, you can see that we have the search bar and also the category. So I can go into settings and change some of the colors, but there's not much you can do because this is pretty basic, standard out of the box functionality. What you can do is you can add additional blocks on the blog home page. So I've added this get in touch block here. And then lastly, let's go and look at the individual blog post page to see what are some of the things you can edit there. So you can see the blog post content goes here. There's nothing you can do about this. You cannot edit this. This is all being pulled from when you start writing your blog post. But before that and after that, you can add any block you want. So if I want to add a subscribe block here, I can search for subscribe, simply add the subscribe block, and now anyone visiting my blog can easily subscribe to my New Zenler school, and all of the email marketing piece is taken care of. As for the blog itself, let's go and check out how to write new blog posts. So I can click on new blog post, add in my post title and my post description. Once I have added my title and description, I can hit create. Now a few things to note here. First, you can highly recommend it. Put in your blog post image and then your post URL. You can change that. You can also change the author. You can select what category this blog belongs to. And then finally, just write in the content for your blog. So let me quickly write some content to show you what this will look like. Okay, so I have added some dummy text. I've even added an image. And then once you have added the image, the text, you can also do some formatting here. So you can add bullet points if you wanted to. And then I had showed you in my previous blog that there is a button. Now New Zenler doesn't have that functionality, so I had essentially designed that image in Canva to make it look like a button and added it to my blog post. Once you have done that, you can hit update, and then once you have hit update, you can decide whether this blog post is visible to everyone or to only logged in users, or you might have a blog just for your online course. Maybe you have one course connected to a blog. You can even show it just to those students who are enrolled in a blog, which is amazing. Who are enrolled in a course, you can show it to just those students who are enrolled in a course, and you can select which course and also which pricing plan within that course. So I'm going to leave it to anyone can view it, and then here you can choose your meta keywords. These are the keywords that you want to rank for this specific blog post, and then also a social media image. Finally, this is where you would add any custom code, whether that's your Google Pixel, Facebook Pixel, or comments plugin that I showed you earlier. Once you have done all of that, you can hit publish post, and once you have hit publish, you will see this message to click here to update your sitemap. I don't want to update my sitemap right now. I'm fine because this is just for demo purposes. But now your blog is live, and this is what it looks like. You can see you have the image that we put in here, you have the bullet points, and then also the categories. Now if someone clicks on this category link, they will see all the blog posts connected to that specific category. For example, this one right here. So that's it for blog posts. Pretty straightforward, nothing groundbreaking here, but I am glad that New Zenler has this functionality, so I don't have to maintain my blog in WordPress or another content management system and my courses in New Zenler. Now, before I move on to the final functionality, which is exciting, which is the New Zenler app, I do want to show you how automation works, how you can quickly and easily set up emails to go out to your potential students or your leads. There are two places to set up these automated emails. One is under courses and the other one is under marketing funnels. Now, under marketing funnels, what you can do is, let's say you have a course that you're setting up and you want your students to get a series of emails once they are enrolled in the course. Let's pick one which does have that email automation set up. And what you can do is go under the automation tab, and here you're simply going to click on edit automation rules. Anytime someone enrolls in this course, I'm going to fire this enroll email sequence, and I'm going to send them a welcome email 0 hours after enrollment, which means as soon as they enroll, I want to send them a welcome email. So I can click on this. Once you click on it, you can choose what amount of delay you want to do, whether it's an hour from enrollment, a day, a number of days. So you can choose days, weeks, minutes, and hours. So right now I have 0 hours. And then you can either choose that delay after 0 hours from enrollment or on a specific date. Choose your name and email that's coming from, the subject of the email, and then also the content right here. So I have some content here, and then also once you have decided what that email is about, you can send yourself a test email, or you can add a filter group. A filter group allows you to send it to only a specific group of people. We're not going to get into filter groups today. And finally, once you have edited your email, made it the way you really want it, according to your brand, according to your messaging, simply click this toggle here to make it live. And now anyone who enrolls in this course will be able to receive emails. You can add additional rules here. You can add rules on, so I already have the on enroll email sequence, but I can also add on lesson complete and on course complete. So you can trigger those automatic emails whenever someone completes a specific lesson or whenever someone completes the entire course. So if I click on lesson complete, I can choose to send them an email. So this one, as you can see, is on lesson complete, send email. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to give it a name, and then I'm going to select which lesson should trigger this email. So let's say it's after they finish the test assignment feature. I'm going to hit save, and then I'm going to add the send email action. So this is specifically for that one lesson. So you will have to do this for each and every lesson that you want to send automated emails for. But that is how email automation works. You can also do this for marketing funnels. So I can go into a marketing funnel, click on that funnel, click on automation, and the same rules apply here. If you don't want to use New Zenler's email automation, you can always go into site, go through the integrations tab, and down here you can either connect with Zapier. I personally love using Pabbly. I'll put a link in the description. You can check out Pabbly. It has a lifetime deal, so you can skip paying a monthly subscription to Zapier. But you can also use one of these email automation platforms. And these 5 have direct integration with New Zenler. However, that integration is a one-way street, which means that contacts from New Zenler are going to sync and show up in MailChimp, ConvertKit, etc. But when you get someone added in MailChimp directly, that person is not going to show up in New Zenler unless you have set up that two-way sync using Pabbly or Zapier. Now, let's look at how the New Zenler app works. Now, I am in my New Zenler app, and I am able to see 2 schools here. One is the New Zenler school that I am signed up for as a student, and one is my own school. Something to note about the app is that you have to email the New Zenler support and request them to enable app access for you. And once you do, you will be able to play around with this app. As you can see here, there's a search bar. You can search for all the courses, or you can search for all the courses here. So I was able to search for a course, click on it, and then start taking the course. There's also notifications from your communities. So you can click on the notification, go to that community and communicate with your students, interact with them right from the app. So that's the community feature. I did notice during my test that it was a little slow to load the community, and I think that's just part of the testing as they have created this new app. So I think they're still trying to work out all the bugs and whatnot. But on the top here, you can toggle between your school or any other school on the New Zenler platform that you are registered to as a student. Once you hit play, it starts playing right there within the app. You can hit the next lesson, you can complete that lesson, you can scroll through this entire list of lessons, and then you can also again look at your notifications from the community. So not a lot going on right now, but more to come. This is just a quick sneak peek on how the app works. And there you have it, course heroes. That is how you can use New Zenler and all its amazing features. Don't forget to check the link in the description below. I do have some cool bonuses if you end up purchasing New Zenler through my special link. Thank you so much for watching. Keep creating. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you get notified next time I release a video. And I'll see you on the flip side.